The Calvin model is an engineering and economic model which optimizes water delivery among the demands and the sources of water within California. And the Center for Watershed Sciences is doing its best to make the data that goes into that model as well as the outputs is available to as large an audience as possible. And what I'm going to do here is give a very brief overview of the California Network, a visualization tool that we've developed in order to show some of the data that goes into that Calvin model. When you first log into that website, you'll see all of the nodes for California overlaid on California. It's pretty crowded at this scale, but as you zoom in, you'll start to see a differentiation between all of those individual nodes, and you'll also start to see the links that are between them. At that point, there still might be a few too many nodes, depending on the type of visualization that you're looking at. So we've devised a number of filters, and these filters allow you to eliminate certain types of nodes that you might not be interested in looking at for that particular time. And as you remove those, then they're actually removed from the visualization tool as well in order to give you a more cleaner map to look at. Once you've chosen the types of filters that you're interested at, you can continue to zoom, and at any point you can actually click on one of these individual nodes. And when you do, you're sent to a new screen that describes all of the input parameters for that particular node. For this case, we're looking at Whiskeytown Reservoir, which includes information in terms of the types of inflows that you have for that, and the costs for having data within that system. And the costs are usually organized either as constants, monthly, or time series. There's a slider at the top that allows you to adjust the time frame for the area that you're looking at for any time series information. In addition, at the top of all of the nodes, you have another little navigation technique, which is that you can see all of the inputs and all of the outputs for those particular nodes. And you can click on any of those and you can move along the system. And you can go both forward and backwards. But since links as well as nodes include information, and if you click on any of the arrows between those particular nodes, then you can see that if there's any costs or constraints that are associated with that node, you can see that as well. You can follow these nodes along for as long as you wish to. And as you do that, you might move to a new location on a map. So here, for example, we followed a path of water from the Whiskeytown Reservoir to an agricultural demand. The demand itself has costs associated with each particular month as well. And at any time, you can go back to the map by using the upper left-hand button. But if you've traveled to such a point that you want to go to see where you've ended up, you can click on this middle Show on Map, which will zoom to that particular location that you've finally moved to. That's a quick overview of some of the navigation features we have for the California Network.